Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Pay close attention to, give heed to. Listen and pay attention. Hear with intention. Pay close attention to, give heed to. Paying particular notice, as to children or helpless people. He spends without heed to the consequences. Pay close attention to, give heed to. That which is responsible for one's thoughts, feelings, and conscious brain functions, the seat of the faculty of reason. His mind wandered. Knowledge and intellectual ability. He reads to improve his mind. Keep in mind. An important intellectual. The great minds of the 17th century. Be in charge of or deal with. Your intention. What you intend to do. He had in mind to see his old teacher. An opinion formed by judging something. She changed her mind. Be on one's guard. Be cautious or wary about. Be alert to. Attention. Don't pay him any mind. Be concerned with or about something or somebody. Be offended or bothered by. Take offense with, be bothered by. I don't mind your behavior. Recall or remembrance. It came to mind. Get to know or become aware of, usually accidentally. Listen and pay attention. We must hear the expert before we make a decision. Examine or hear, evidence or a case, by judicial process. The jury had heard all the evidence. Perceive, sound, via the auditory sense. Receive a communication from someone. We heard nothing from our son for 5 years. Listen and pay attention. Listen without the speaker's knowledge. Listen quietly, without contributing to the conversation. Be obedient to. Make more concise. Direct one's attention on something. Be cooked until very little liquid is left. Make central. Compress or concentrate. Cook until very little liquid is left. The desired mineral that is left after impurities have been removed from mind or. A concentrated example of something. The concentrate of contemporary despair. A concentrated form of a foodstuff. The bulk is reduced by removing water. Draw together or meet in one common center. These groups concentrate in the inner cities. Make denser, stronger, or purer. Concentrate juice. Direct one's attention on something. A minute epidermal pore in a leaf or stem through which gases and water vapor can pass. Any small opening in the skin or outer surface of an animal. Any tiny hole admitting passage of a liquid, fluid or gas. A building dedicated to a particular activity. The object upon which interest and attention focuses. Direct one's attention on something. Move into the center. A cluster of nerve cells governing a specific bodily process. The sweet central portion of a piece of candy that is enclosed in chocolate or some other covering. A place where some particular activity is concentrated. A point equidistant from the ends of a line or the extremities of a figure. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. A low-lying region in central France. Become focused or come into focus. The light focused. The concentration of attention or energy on something. The focus of activity shifted to molecular biology. Direct one's attention on something. Please focus on your studies and not on your hobbies. Bring into focus or alignment, to converge or cause to converge, of ideas or emotions. Special emphasis attached to something. A central point or locus of an infection in an organism. The focus of infection. A point of convergence of light, or other radiation, or a point from which it diverges. Put an image into focus. Please focus the image, we cannot enjoy the movie. A fixed reference point on the concave side of a conic section. Cause to converge on or toward a central point. Maximum clarity or distinctness of an idea. The controversy brought clearly into focus an important difference of opinion. Maximum clarity or distinctness of an image rendered by an optical system. In focus. Direct one's attention on something. Ornament consisting of a circular rounded protuberance, as on a vault or shield or belt. Fasten with a rivet or rivets. Heavy pin having a head at one end and the other end being hammered flat after being passed through holes in the pieces that are fastened together. Hold someone's attention. The discovery of the skull riveted the paleontologists. A building dedicated to a particular activity. They were raising money to build a new center for research. The object upon which interest and attention focuses. His stories made him the center of the party. Direct one's attention on something. Move into the center. That vase in the picture is not centered. A cluster of nerve cells governing a specific bodily process. In most people, the speech center is in the left hemisphere. The sweet central portion of a piece of candy that is enclosed in chocolate or some other covering. Mercantile establishment consisting of a carefully landscaped complex of shops representing leading merchandisers. Usually includes restaurants and a convenient parking area. A modern version of the traditional marketplace. Equally distant from the extremes. A place where some particular activity is concentrated. They received messages from several centers. Football. The person who plays center on the line of scrimmage and snaps the ball to the quarterback. The center fumbled the handoff. A point equidistant from the ends of a line or the extremities of a figure. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. It is in the center of town. Center upon. Her entire attention centered on her children. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The piece of ground in the outfield directly ahead of the catcher. He hit the ball to deep center. American football. The position of the player on the line of scrimmage who puts the ball in play. It is a center's responsibility to get the football to the quarterback. A position on a basketball team of the player who participates in the jump that starts the game. Basketball. The person who plays center on a basketball team. Ice hockey. The person who plays center on a hockey team. Of or belonging to neither the right nor the left politically or intellectually. Politically moderate persons, centrists. The middle of a military or naval formation. They had to reinforce the center. The position on a hockey team of the player who participates in the face-off at the beginning of the game. Include in scope. Include as part of something broader. Have as one sphere or territory. Get the meaning of something. Do you comprehend the meaning of this letter? To become aware of through the senses. To become aware of through the senses. I could perceive the ship coming over the horizon. Become conscious of. She finally perceived the futility of her protest. An elevated geological formation. Be at an angle. Have a tendency or disposition to do or be something, be inclined. He inclined to corpulence. Make receptive or willing towards an action or attitude or belief. Their language inclines us to believe them. An inclined surface connecting two levels. Bend or turn one's ear towards a speaker in order to listen well. He inclined his ear to the wise old man. Feel favorably disposed or willing. She inclines to the view that people should be allowed to express their religious beliefs. Lower or bend, the head or upper body, as in a nod or bow. She inclined her head to the student. Make a more or less disguised reference to. Give heed, to. Make reference to. A public promotion of some product or service. Take charge of or deal with. I must attend to this matter. Be present at meetings, church services, university, etc. She attends class regularly. Work for or be a servant to. She attends the old lady in the wheelchair. Give heed, to. The children in the audience attended the recital quietly. To accompany as a circumstance or follow as a result. Menuhin's playing was attended by a 15-minute standing ovation. Fall or flow in a certain way. This dress hangs well. Give heed, to. Cause to be hanging or suspended. A special way of doing something. He couldn't get the hang of it. Hold on tightly or tenaciously. Hang on to your father's hands. Kill by hanging. The murderer was hanged on Friday. A gymnastic exercise performed on the rings or horizontal bar or parallel bars when the gymnast's weight is supported by the arms. Be exhibited. Picasso hangs in this new wing of the museum. Be menacing, burdensome, or oppressive. This worry hangs on my mind. Be placed in position as by a hinge. This cabinet door doesn't hang right. Be suspended or hanging. Decorate or furnish with something suspended. Let drop or droop. Place in position as by a hinge so as to allow free movement in one direction. Hang a door. Prevent from reaching a verdict, of a jury. Suspend meat in order to get a gamey taste. Hang the venison for a few days. The way a garment hangs. He adjusted the hang of his coat. Be suspended or poised. Listen, used mostly in the imperative. Listen, used mostly in the imperative. Listen to every detail and give a full hearing to. Listen, used mostly in the imperative. Give heed to. Listen without the speaker's knowledge. The jealous man was eavesdropping on his wife's conversations. Give heed to.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.